go. So with the new Northern Lords DLC, there is a ton of stuff to go into, guys. And if you have not yet watched my video on it, which I don't think you have, it's an hour long, you can go ahead and watch that. I pretty much document every single thing that's changed in the new DLC. So you get a ton of new music, you get new major decisions, you get a lot of new barbershop options. So the sky is the limit. Will this break current save games? The DLC? No. It should not. Thank you, Ember. Thank you very much. Good to see us. Good to see you again, too. So let's go ahead and open up the Great Adventures. Let's go to play as any ruler. Now, one thing to kind of keep in mind here, and before we kind of go into history time, is that 867 is really where the Northern Lords DLC shines. You can play in 1066, there's no problem with it. It's just there's less Norse Asatru on the map, so there's less to actually interact with. But let's go ahead and select Iceland, as you guys have chosen, and we're going to do a create your own. So before we do this here, let me actually change the appearance. Let me paste DNA. There we go. There's our Uhtred, son of Uhtred. Go back and we'll go into how to customize him in just a little bit. But let's talk a little bit about the history of Uhtred, but mainly we're going to talk about armor today. I was trying to think of what my history lesson would be on for the Northern Lords, and I decided to talk about armor. So, let me see about opening this up and pressing this button, and we'll go ahead and let's bring up some pictures. So, when we think about the Viking Age, we're typically thinking around 700 AD. We're not thinking about the Middle Ages, which hadn't even really kicked off yet. The real start of the Middle Ages is considered to be around 867 or so. That's that kind of starting point. Up until then, it's those Dark Ages in between. Needs more eyeliner. Dude, he does need more eyeliner. It's that kind of Dark Ages in between the collapse of the Roman Empire, the rise of Charlemagne and the creation of the Holy Roman Empire, and the rise and fall of the Byzantine Empire. Well, not really fall. The Byzantine Empire has, of course, 800 more years under its belt. Well, 700 more years under its belt. So what we have with Vikings of that time, we have something that's very interesting. A lot of people think that Vikings didn't really have armor. The Vikings were not this Spartan warrior class that was created from birth to only execute war. Vikings, for the most part, were farmers. They were common folk that decided, hey, we're going to go out and make our own adventure, our own saga. And in doing so, their primary goal was to expand out from Norway and Sweden, which were densely populated at the time. There was a big, huge population boom, and the land of Norway and Sweden is not very ideal for long-term farming, especially for a large populace. So the Viking Age begins around mid-700s, right? And that's where we get the attacking of Iona. We talked about this in our history of Scotland, the church in Iona, and that kind of is the very first Viking Age. That's the beginning of it all. Traders. Someone said traders. Yes, traders is also a good point. They were all very much into trading, and the northern Germanic peoples, the Norse, as we'll just call them to easily kind of distinguish, all kind of stem from that the Germanic peoples that kind of expanded north in the way earlier times before even antiquity. And when we look at stuff like the Romans did not use mail. The Romans used bronze in the very earliest portions of the Republic. They would use little bronze protectors on their chests, bronze armor. It was a holdover from a lot of the Greek way of doing things, or the Etruscan way of doing things. Things didn't really progress into mail, which actually became the largest distribution of armor in the entire empire until they actually encountered Gauls. Gauls were the first people to bring mail to the Roman military. And that kind of trickles north. The Norse had mail armor that they would use. Let's go ahead and bring up a cool little picture here. I'll find like anyone. It doesn't really matter. This is not work. See, and this is another thing that's kind of, we'll talk about this too when we talk about armor. While this is a cool picture, I'm going to show you display capture. This is not a Norse Viking. This would be someone that would be closer to Kevin Roos. The kind of style of the Brigandine armor over the mail, with those close helmets and everything like that. That is kind of a little bit more akin to what you would get in the land of the Rus, which has a lot of intermixing with the Pechenegs, with the Khazariya, with a lot of Hunnic and Turkic people. And that's where they get the interwoven Brigandine armor. Now, mail armor for Vikings was not overly common. It was not terribly uncommon, though, at the same time. You know, it's kind of in that weird little middle part. And with the Vikings, you have, you know, Jarls or Thanes or people of particularly high worth. Thane, I know, is not Viking, but I just love that fucking word. You'd have those individuals that would be wearing mail because they could afford it. Mail is cheap to manufacture, but like I said, the Vikings were not this raging upper class of very well-off people. You typically had a couple people that were, but the majority of a Viking raiding party was not. If you look at one longboat, I would say, I'm totally throwing out a blanket number here, but there is 100 people on that boat. I would say probably 20 have mail on, or they could afford mail, and that's probably a very conservative assessment. So when we look at this, this is actually kind of like, that looks more like a Dane axe, something that you would see in the Varangian Guard. And there's a bunch of different axes that Vikings used too. You get the Huskarls, who had long bearded axes, and that was used to kind of what's it called, disarm other people. You could use to hook a sword and throw it out of someone's hands. And that's another thing too. The majority of Vikings used axes because an axe is a utilitarian weapon. It can be used to chop down trees. It can be used to repair the boat. It can be used as a multi-tool, as it were. So axes were actually extremely common for Vikings. Mail, again, not as much. Helmets were quite common because helmets kind of, they're easier to make. They can be kind of, they're a one-shaped piece of armor that can be slapped on. Sometimes they had them in mass, sometimes they didn't, but for the most part, helmets were something that were carried over from the Roman legions. But the Roman legions essentially got a lot of the helmet conventions from the Gauls. And the reason I'm bringing up the Gauls is because they kind of, Gauls and northern Germanic tribes, they lie in between the two, right? You've got Norse up here, you've got Romans down here, and you've got Gaelic tribes over here, or Gaul, and then you've got northern Germanic right here. So you get this kind of dissemination upwards and or northward and southward of these Germanic traditions of armor or trade and what have you. So when people think, okay, the Vikings didn't wear armor, I think it's kind of I think it's a poor supposition, because if you think about mail, it implies that they had the pretense to know that you needed to have protection going into combat. And they probably more often than not had heavier clothing just because of the nature of the icy landscape that they came from. So gambesons are something that is always kind of talked about when it comes to Vikings. Did they have gambesons? Did they not have gambesons? And there's not a lot of evidence. In fact, there's like very little archaeological evidence to support that they ever had gambesons. Now, a gambeson, of course, is a woven, heavy tunic of sorts. I want to say cloth, linen or canvas usually is what it's made of. And a gambeson is extremely effective. It's heavy. It's usually 20 pounds. I mean, it can be a real good one. It can be a 20-pound gambeson. Lighter ones would be in the 10 to 15-pound range. And you can actually deflect slashing blows with them. That was really what they were made for, was to help you in close combat. If you were shot with an arrow, well, it's going to go through a gambeson. And like I said, the majority of weapons used by Vikings were axes. You had a lot of sexes or seaxes, S-E-A-X-E. Those were some of the more common weapons you'd find among not even just the Vikings, but also the Anglo-Saxons. The Anglo-Saxons had a very similar construct with their military, where you have very elevated household guard who'd have nicer mail armor and helmets and swords and shields. And then you have your fjord, which has typically got shields and spears. Spears being the cheapest thing to manufacture. Then outside of that is the discussion about swords. Swords in and of themselves, they were a status symbol. That's why you always see like, oh, the family sword. Swords themselves were not easy to create. A lot of the earlier production of swords in those dark ages and the beginning of the Middle Ages, you have really ramshackle crap swords assembled. It's not until those Middle Ages that you start to get people overlying iron and steel in different ways. So, excuse me. Swords in and of themselves, not the most common thing. You watch like The Last Kingdom, right? Or you watch anything, they all have swords. It's not that common. Mostly had axes. So the conversation then kind of goes into, did they all have mail? Did they have heavy tunics? Did they have gambesons? So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, because you always see Vikings dressed like this, right? Like, oh dude, look at this guy. You always see Vikings dressed like this. Leather armor is not something that you really get in the Middle Ages. And that's another kind of common misconception. Vikings are always seen as like, okay, they're ramshackle, they got a shield, they got a bunch of leather armor on, and they got swords and shields. Like, that's cool, right? Not that common. Leather, again, was not widely used, especially in regions where you didn't have the ability to mass produce lots of leather. It's not easy to make in a lot of the portions that we typically see it in movies. So you look at leather as something that kind of is a later convention of the Middle Ages, as populations grow, livestock becomes more abundant, the ability to actually create leather armor becomes easier and highly manufactured, and that's when you start to see it used for lighter skirmishers and so on and so forth. So when you think of, wrong thing. When you think of Vikings, don't think of a guy with a really awesome mail hauberk and a cool helmet and all this stuff. Maybe, unless you're trying to think of like a jarl or someone of a chieftain of some sort. Think of a guy in a heavy wool shirt fighting against a bunch of other people because he's just trying to get some loot, some land, something to trade, something to propagate some crops on, stuff like that. But that will cover our history lesson for today. Just a quick little nod onto Viking armor, because it is such a hugely kind of blown out of proportion truth about the Vikings. And yes, that's another big thing, is we won't find any archaeological evidence of gambesons because it would mostly rot away. It's organic, it's not metal that's been pressed and slammed and smashed. And even then, right, the metal that we do find is extremely beaten up. So imagine that being like a shirt. So it's not going to work out as well. So today we're going to be doing a playthrough as Uhtred, son of Uhtred, Uhtred of Bebemba, Uhtred Ragnarson. Make the square and we shall fight. And we're going to be playing in Iceland. So I wanted to play as the Duke of Northumbria, and I wanted to do a playthrough as, Uhtred of Bebemba. But Northumbria at the start in 867, he gets 165 soldiers and he's against 5,000. So it just didn't make any sense. So we're going to do a custom lord here, and we're going to start in Iceland. Our objective will be to create the High Kingdom of the North Sea. That will be our objective. He will become Emperor Uhtred, or the legacy thus of. Dude, Piglet dropping in a massive donation here. Let's go, bro. Check out the Isle of Man objective while you're in. If you haven't already, strapping in for a great campaign. Thank you very much, dude. Piglet opening up this stream with a huge $117 donation. Thank you very, very much, man. That was extremely generous of you. Whew. Piglet, you spoil me. But if you guys have not, like, again, the Northern Lords DLC just landed here today. So go ahead and check it out. You can find a link to the Nexus store in my description, but you can also go and watch this video if you want to get a lot of details on all of the DLC. I've covered it extensively, going through every little new feature of the DLC, and that's the location of the Nexus guide. But let's go ahead and take a look here. So we've made him Norse and a Satru. His name will be Uhtred. We'll make him a little bit younger, maybe like 22, you know? And his education will, Uhtred was intelligent. Yeah, he was a diplomat. He had some guile attached to him. You know, he's like everything. I guess we'll make him 19. I'm cool with that. He was like everything in the show, right? He's the guy that can do everything. So I think for personality, he has to be brave. I think we have to... Let's see. I think he's diligent. And I think he is... You know, I'm between ambitious, maybe? He is pretty ambitious. Lustful. I mean, you're not wrong. Arrogant is kind of... Arrogant makes some sense. I mean, he's got to have some negative trait, right? I'm between arrogant or wrathful. I mean, both of those are pretty on the nose for him. Ambitious is not that stressful. Oh, I guess stress gain plus 25%. Good point. Make him a dwarf. I am Uhtred, son of Uhtred. Okay. In the show, he's definitely, like, generous. Yes, I agree with that. Is there a bad martial luck trait? Stubborn? He is stubborn. Where's arrogant? I think stubborn. I think even say it like, Uhtred, you are so stubborn. Then for other traits, I would say he was a blade master of sorts. I'm good, Sam. How are you doing, man? And guys, again, thank you very much for tuning in here today. We got 308 of you guys watching here the new stream. Please make sure you like the stream. It does help me out a ton. So please, 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 please. Like the stream. Lustful? I've actually never played a lustful character. I'm down to do such things. So there, top. Fertility. I mean, yeah, he's fertile. He's pumping him out like all over that damn show. Yeah, definitely Blade Master. I don't think Legendary Blade Master. I mean, we're not going to give him Gallant. We'll have that as part of his. Well, maybe he was kind of Gallant. I think he wasn't intelligent or genius, but I definitely think he was quick. And I think that he would also fall into, I don't think he's Herculean, but I think he would definitely be Hale. Hale, I'd say robust. I mean, this character's going to he's going to be disgustingly strong here, right? Hey, we got another donation coming in hot and heavy. What did it say? What did it say? Let me check over to Streamlabs. Hey, we've got someone who just purchased the Northern Lords DLC, and I got 28 cents from it. Thank you very much. And he was good looking too. He was good looking. That's not fair. That's not fair. He was good looking. Yeah, he's going to be overpowered. He's going to be a bit overpowered for sure. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do that. Like every Uhtred was kind of like number one, you know, like thank you, Reminger. I appreciate it, man. Was he just handsome? I mean, he wasn't beautiful. I don't think he's that level. Isn't there a former slave trait? I don't know, bad. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do this because I'm always like, I want to play the achievements. Correct, I get 10%. Oh, I don't know what my cut is. Let's see. I can look. The cool thing about Nexus is it shows me exactly what my rev share is of every game, because every game is different. So my rev share of Crusader Kings 3 is 7.5% of the Northern Lords pack. Every game is different. Like for instance, Stronghold Warlords is 15%. Peasant leader probably closer to former slave. That's not. That's a good point, Vaughn. Okay, let's go ahead and go with. I feel comfortable saying he's beautiful. We'll go with handsome. We'll go with handsome. Whoa, what does that do? What did that? Oh, that like changed his head. I don't want to change his head. Okay, we'll do that, and I'll press change appearance.
I've only begun.
Weird. Yeah, so being beautiful changes his head. Because he's kind of got a long head. You're a very beautiful man. Okay, and his education, you know, I think he's kind of I think he's got a diplomatic education. Or do we say he's got a military education? What do you guys think? Oh, I have plenty of customization points. Yeah, his cheekbones were different. Like if I press this, like that's kind of a little bit more what he is. He was raised a Dane, true. But he definitely has the diplomacy to talk between Anglo-Saxon and Dane. And he was a skilled tactician. So it kind of falls between both, I feel. Okay, so what we'll do is farming education. Okay. So we'll give him skilled tactician. I should give him brain strategist, whatever. But I'm going to give him some diplomacy because, again, he did have that going for him. We'll get his military up a little bit here. He wasn't stupid. I don't think he was the best steward, though. And intrigue, I think he had a little guile attached to him. So there we go. I think we're pretty good there. We're just going to... What should we name his dynasty? Should it be the dynasty of Bebinba? Should it be the dynasty of Ragnarsson? This was one thing I really was hung up on. So while you guys kind of deliberate on that, I'm going to go ahead and choose a new dynasty icon. So let me know what you think. What should his dynasty name be? That's kind of cool. Ragnarsson? Even though that's technically not how a dynasty name works, but I'm kind of have to... Jorgensen? We're never getting there. Draw the square and we shall fight. Italian son, that's a good one. No, he was not, TJ. He was not. It's just a fictitious Ragnar. Alfred's Boyson. Ragnarsson of Bebbanburg as the dynasty name doesn't really make a lot of sense. Remember, this isn't his last name. It's not his surname. It's his, I can't add any scars. Oh, there's this trait. Kind of drastic. Okay. We'll do this last part, and once you guys decide, we will do it. Dynasty name. Okay. So we're going to put a timer of 2 minutes on this. So go ahead and vote in the chat. Okay. Go ahead and vote in the chat. You're going to vote by typing !vote space 0 for Ragnarsson, or !vote space 1 for Bebbanburg. So just like I typed it in, !vote 1 or vote 0. All right, these votes are coming in hot. It's only on a 2-minute timer. It's almost neck for neck right now. Ragnarsson is up to 20 votes with Bebbanburg up to 17. We're coming into 22 on 18 right now. Ooh, Bebbanburg is catching up. It's 24. Ragnarsson 21. Bebbanburg is getting closer and closer. We got a minute 15 left on this vote here. It's jumping. It's going. It's jumping. It's 27-27 right now. It is neck for neck. Ragnar versus Bebbanburg. What is going to happen? Bebbanburg just finally pulls ahead at 29 to 30 to 29, 30 to 30 now. 31 Bebbanburg, 30 Ragnarsson. Ooh, it's getting hot and spicy, guys. Keep those votes floating in. Get that vote !vote space 0 for Ragnarsson, !vote space 1 for Bebbanburg. Keep them coming, keep them coming. You got 40 seconds left on this vote here, this poll. Bebbanburg is pulling ahead now, 41-33, 36. Oh man, every time Bebbanburg gets a good lead, Ragnarsson jumps up 37-42 against Bebbanburg. 20 seconds left here at the end of this poll. Go ahead and keep that vote coming, keep that vote coming. Let's decide, is Uhtred the dynasty of Ragnarsson or the dynasty of Bebbanburg? Bebbanburg. We're going to Bebbanburg. Father Bioka. Make the square and we will fight. It's good to be the king. Oh, 47, coming down the last seconds here. Boom! There it is. The poll is closed. Bebbanburg wins 47-42 against Ragnarsson. All right, it is done. Ever considered a career as an auctioneer? Piglet, I think I'd crush it. I think that's good. I actually really like that shield. That's a really cool dynasty crest. This is the default one for Osterland, and I'm going to keep that. I actually really like that. Bebbanburg has 2 Bs. Let me take a look. Good call. Bamboo Castle in Bebbanburg. There we go. Thank you very much for that correction. Now let's start our legacy here as Uhtred, son of Uhtred. We can just create a Father Bioka. Everything else looks good here. Prowess is 18. Marshall. Bump that up a little bit more.
I've only begun.
We got another purchase and a donation. Thank you very much, Sneaky Potato. Appreciate that, dude. I'm seeing it says that you purchased and tipped. So thank you very much. Guys, as always, please do make sure you are purchasing the new DLC from the Nexus store. It helps me out a ton. Okay, so let's finalize it. I think we're all good. Norse, Asatru, Norse, good. Done. 19. Weight's fine. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. Change appearance. Is further. Yeah. Good. And off Motherboard. That's pretty cool, actually. Like that.
Thank you for the donation.
Hey, David Danieluk, thank you very much, man. Here's $5 in Canadian. Here's another for your coffee. Thank you very much, dude.
Thank you for the donation.
Is this planned to be a long series? Yeah, it should be around 10 episodes. Yeah, we'll do off. I like that. Kind of makes it look a little bit less like... Looks like less like his last name. I kind of like that. We can't get achievements because we've just jacked up. This character is disgusting, right? Like... I guess I took beautiful off of him. Oopsies. That's okay. He doesn't need it. But we need to get rid of that. That needs to go. And we gave him the single long braid, which is cool. But he needs a cooler... Honestly, just give him no headwear. Some cool Northern Lord armor. Get this cloak. Got like a big old fur cloak. You got the fur cape from Ragnar. We decided to start in Iceland, TJ, because that's what people voted. He did not wear a winter hat. So if I were to start here, which I actually had thought about doing, you just don't have any way to fight against both Halfdan and Ivar. They have 5,000 troops each, and it's too brutal. So what we're going to do is kind of role play this as he has made his way up into Iceland, and that's where he is going to move down back over here and also into portions of the Northern Kingdom. So since we are playing the new DLC, let's take a look at some stuff here. We can forge the Jomsvikingar, which is the new Holy Order that has been added with this DLC. And the Holy Order itself will give you 1,500 men that you personally have as special troops. They will progress through your succession too, which is really cool. So it's always kind of been the annoying thing with Holy Orders is, yeah, you create them, but you can never use them. This at least gives you the ability to, you can now hire out the Holy Order if you wish, but you're given 1,500 men to use as you see fit, which is really nice. You can now secure the High Kingdom of the North Sea as one of the objectives. Both Halfdan and Ivar have elevate the Isle of Man as an objective too, which is really cool. But you get the nickname the Sea King. You gain the High King of the Seas, which is awesome. You can hold a grand blot. You can raise a runestone, which we'll have to do once we become, I think, a duke or a king. It's a king, I think. And you can determine your personal deity. Now you can choose Odin, Ulir, Thor, or Freyr, and each one gives you special bonuses depending on what you want to be. Now, in addition to, with the new innovations, all the Norse get 3 new innovations. You get, Varangian Adventures, which unlocks the Varangian Adventures Casus Belli. You get Hirds, which gives you Huskarls. And you get Viking Tactics, which gives you access to the Bondi, the Vigemen, and the Varangian Veterans. Of course, you already had Longships. It's there before. But now Longships are represented as a 3D model on the map. It's a much bigger, cooler looking ship. Let's really quickly go over the new men-at-arms that were added here. The Huskarls are pretty beefy. So we're going to compare both the Varangian Veterans and the Huskarls to the Armored Footmen because they're all 3 heavy infantry. So the Armored Footmen, no terrain effects, and it counters Spearmen. But if we look at the Huskarl, it will counter Archers and gets bonuses when fighting in winter, as well as Taiga and Forest. The Varangian Veterans is going to benefit heavy, or is going to counter heavy cavalry, and you get that same winter effect bonuses, and you get bonuses in hills, plains, and farmlands. Now, the two things with the Hufskarl and the Varangian Veterans is that one will grant you screen, so that you get, if you lose a conflict, you'll lose less men. The veterans give you pursuit. So if you win a conflict, if you win a battle, you'll actually cause more casualties versus just enemies that routed. The Bondi are really cool because they are spearmen, and they are different than light footmen, and they're different than pikemen because they're kind of an in-between. They have got a little bit less damage than the pikemen and a little bit less armor, but they grant you a pursuit. They also have winter effect bonuses here, and bonuses in plains and farmlands. They counter both light cav and archers, something that you're going to encounter a lot more in the early game. Okay, Piglet, thank you very much for jumping in, man. And thank you once again for the huge generous donation, dude. Very awesome of you. Thank you so much, dude. I will message you on Discord as I have something planned for you. Which sounds ominous. Moving on to our last new unit is the Vizhmen, and this is essentially a hybrid unit between a light footman and a bowman. This will grant you access to countering skirmishers, which the bowmen do, and you get 18 damage, 20 defense. So you get tougher bowmen that do less damage, basically. Think of it that way. In addition, you also get a screen on them and your bonuses in winter, farmlands, plains, and taiga. So that's just your kind of quick crash course on the new DLC stuff. Of course, there's a ton of new things. You can see the UI itself is different. There's new music. There's tons of stuff. But I just wanted to open up talking about that because I know a lot of people have a lot of questions about it. Okay, so we have to do a lot of things. Let's go for our lifestyle. Let's definitely go martial. And we will go strategy focus because he was a strategist. We'll go stalwart leader. And we can marry, so let's find ourselves a spouse. Let's find a desirable traitor. Oh my, there is not much to choose from. That's the problem here, right? This DLC is going to make Norse AI stronger as well. Will they use new features to their advantage? Seppi just asked if the Norse will use the new features. Well, one thing I also didn't cover are the two new legacies of Adventure and Pillage, which are unique to the Norse Asatru. And yes, they will, Seppi. They definitely will. Because what will happen is they will use I'll show you the new Casus Belli here. Varangian Adventures. So what happens is you designate a target duchy as the duchy you are going to supplant and move your entire kingdom to. If you don't know where I'm going with this, I will probably start doing it with Northumbria. And when you do this, you will move your entire kingdom there and remove everything here. So if I decide to go to Alba, and I choose Moray as my chief objective, then all these lands are lost. I give them to vassals, they become fully independent, the titles are destroyed, everything. And I go and move everything down here. And for my first adventure, I'm granted 2,000 soldiers to do so. The AI definitely takes advantage of this. Asatru? Is that what it is? Not Asatru? So, for example, in my campaign, Heston took over a huge chunk of East Francia and just completely dissolved it. Like, in my campaign, he owns pockets of it. So, the AI definitely uses the new mechanics. Okay. Okay, so these people are within my diplomatic range. When you... Awesome. See if anyone's intelligent. Okay, all right, we got an option there. What about genius? Nope. But intelligence pretty good. That's a good wife right there. The 16. All right, I'm 13. Or I act 13. Boom, there we go. And her, that's a good strong opening marriage right there. Augustus, turn your mods off and reboot your game. Or shut your game down, shut your mods off, then turn it back on. That worked for me. Yes, we will definitely have plenty of wives. Kakalola, how are you? She won't take it. Oh, she'll take it all right. What's wrong with me? No player heir, which we will get to. We can marry her. I mean, she's the only choice. Other perks she's got left to intelligent. She amateur plotter, so she has the intrigue education trait. Go ahead and use. Go ahead and use the link in my description for some sneak energy. I promise I won't make you cough. God, I almost died right there. All right, Andrew, thank you, man. Okay, let's take a Father Bioka, how you look so ravishing. All right, let me feed the cats really quick. Give me 2 seconds.
I've only begun.
Right. You hear the cats howling at me like they pay rent or something. All right, guys. Let's keep it going. Let's do some fun here. We got 355 of you guys checking in here today. Thank you so much. 174 likes. Please do make sure you're liking the stream. Helps out a ton. All right, let's change some of these. Oh, God, this guy especially. Yeah. He's ambitious, but I'll take him over anyone else. See, this is what makes this start particularly hard, is that you really don't have good options for most things. So you're kind of like, oh, all right, well, let's see how this goes. Okay. Yeah, I mean, she's just as good as he is. So really, we kind of have to We gotta... We can do one of two things. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I have a better chance of seducing her than swaying her. So, Uhtred. So we've got all four of these. So the real question is, do we just jump right into a branching adventure? What I kind of think we should do is let Northumbria get divided, and then we'll make that decision to jump down over here. Or we could, well, you actually can't do a, I can't even interact with them, they're so far away, that's crazy. You can't even do a, Varangian adventure over here. So it's basically like I can adventure down into this regions and then adventure down into here. Like this pretty much is going to be my springboard. Right, the Thorn. So her name would be Theory, right? Uba is under a half-time. He is. You are right. He is my rival. Uba, look at him. Look at Uba. Ragnar, don't fight Uba. So, with a Varangian adventure, when you move to a location, when you choose a location, everything moves there. You're granted 2,000 soldiers to fight the fight, but you lose everything. You can do the Varangian adventure whenever you want, but yes, this would put me closer to being able to do more over there. I myself don't have a ton of troops, which is annoying. She's got more than me, which actually kind of sucks. Raiding it is. Oh yeah, Men at Arms. Good call. Totally forgot about that. So we will make some Vizhmen. We'll make some Bondi. Good little first start here. I mean, I could do a marriage, rather than going through the actual... I could go on for alliance. I just have a limited amount of things I can actually do. Can do the island of Orkney. Jutland. The island of Man. What's up, Paris? How are you doing, man? I marry who? Ooh, excuse me. Oh, determined personal deity here. Let's go with... Isn't Marshall increase my levies? Yeah, I think Ulir would be a really good one. Thor is really nice because it helps stewardship and it helps with your prowess. And Devotee of Freyr helps with fertility. I don't think we need that. So let's go with Ulir. So dedicate your worship to a particular god. Ulir, hunter, warrior, agent of glory. The gods are many and inscrutable, yet I cannot say that there are not some who hold a level of special appeal for me. Were I to dedicate myself openly to the express worship of primarily one such deity, I would doubtless draw like-minded souls to my side. Whatever the blessings my patron provides, being with similar Astruans can only bring me health, wealth, and glory. We'll invite some champions. I think that's a good call. Can't really afford them, but we'll have them here. Take a concubine. She's 71. Yes, correct, Antonio. Correct. Simmer Player said, how does inheritance work with Vikings? Do sons of concubines inherit as well as sons from a marriage? Sons from concubines will not inherit over sons of a marriage. Your sons of your marriage will always take precedent, even in the partition. If that wife dies, then those sons are then the next wife that becomes your primary wife, your next concubine that becomes your primary wife, those sons then factor into it. What is up, Major Moolah? How you doing, dude? If I make a Yamsvinkar, I can actually make her a shield maiden. Riley, what's up, dude? Yeah, it's a big patch. It is a big patch, brother. Of course, Simmer. Thank you for the good question. You'll actually make this guy more physician as well. Ooh, that's all my... Sorry. You know, Antonio, I don't know. I've never tried that. I would think so. So we should raid. I think just doing that might be good. Yeah, Elrickson, because we had with Alba. Okay, so you said your concubine children still inherited. Is it because one of your primary wife died and a concubine took over? This is not Iron Man. This is we did a custom ruler, so we went a little crazy. Yes, I did, Andrew. At the end of the field exercise, it had seemed a brilliant idea. To practice regrouping an army in disarray, I split my troops and ordered every officer to independently make their way to Ulfridir. Of course, by the third day of waiting, but with only half my army in place, I am now seeing flaws in the plan. Elafir suggests I ride out with a contingent of champions to find the missing troops, while the rest of the army returns home. I'm gonna just save, just so that we don't like end our campaign at the beginning here. It'll be an exciting search. Like, you fall off your horse and die. Like, knew it. So, let's see here. They have... Okay, we're a little bit bigger than them now, so we can actually take out Westerland. On the march, I can hear an absolute ruckus coming from a roadside tavern. One of my champions kicks open the door, revealing a room full of my wayward soldiers. My rival makes them fall silent and stare down into the tankards with nary a word between them. The proprietor narrows their eyes. So you're responsible for this rabble? Got enough coin to pay for the damage? I don't have enough coin for damage. These men had the right idea. Pour me a drink. That's pretty Uhtred right there. I'm tired of dealing with undisciplined soldiers. That is not. Uhtred. This is Uhtred. She can because she's Norse. Major Mula, yes, I actually will be covering tons of Stellaris. For the drink, Father Bioka, have a tankard with us. Approaching a lake, I spot a camp pitched on its shores. As I enter, I am met by a sergeant in charge. My lord, our water stores leaked while on the move, and our pack animals cannot make the march home without more water than we currently have. The soldier looks at me nervously. If the lord and his champions helped carry water skins, however... He is Uhtred, son of Uhtred. He is a Saxon, but for the purpose of this DLC, you have to be Norse Asatru. Well, we could go to negative prestige. I don't see really a problem with that. We don't need a drop in our levy size, I don't think. Let's see, I don't even think we need the allies, if we kind of think about it. I mean, with my men right now, we could probably crush these. Then we'll march and... Wait. Marry her? Huh. Do I take over the heir though? So if I marry her and she dies, do I gain that land? The DLC is definitely 867, sorry. She is definitely wrong religion, you're right. Okay, let's just do... I want to see where this goes. Search continues. Last of my troops have made it back to Uhtred, and order has been restored. Though this was hardly a display of military brilliance, I've gained a new perspective on my army and the individual soldiers of which it is composed. It was a valuable experience. You gain a lifestyle perk. Interesting. Valoric dominance, courtship. Oh, it's Uhtred, son of Bepenba. He is like the consummate. He's like James Bond in the Saxons, in the Anglo-Saxon world. So check this out, guys. You can now right-click to dismiss all notifications, which is cool. Boop. Okay, so let's do a little... I think we should just attack and take this over. Do you guys see any reason why we shouldn't just take this out? That way we've got Iceland, we've secured. We become the Duke of Iceland with an awesome crest. I mean, we'll go raiding. For sure we're going to go raiding. But I think... Can you be Xerxes? I think unifying Iceland is crucial. We need more soldiers and we need a better court. So let's go ahead and do that. I think you're right. We do lack the percent. We're not illustrious. We're quite far from illustrious. No, you can't be Xerxes. You can't be Xerxes, you dirty bastard. Well, then we'll just take we'll take one of these counties and we'll take the better one. I mean, I could marry her, but it might not. Well, I mean, she does bring a ton of learning to the table, which is kind of cool, but I'm not the head of the culture, so I won't get the benefit of having high learning. She's ugly. So what's it going to be, guys? Do we just take here Westerland itself and then go raiding down south here into these individual chiefdoms? Or we could take these chiefdoms. Like I could do this and conquer this county. Since it only costs us piety to do so, and it might be a bit... we will have a disembarkation penalty, which is the problem. And with their 300 soldiers and my 800... it'll just be a pretty grueling slog of a fight. It doesn't change anything for the Finns, unfortunately. That's, I'd say, my biggest problem with the DLC is anything that is not over here. So the Sami, the Finnish, the Estonians, the Latgalians, the Lithuanians, the Prussians, the Pomeranians... they don't get anything. Anyone who's Slovakian Pravda or this, that, or Vitalist gets nothing. Well, conquering this county. Oh, I don't even have to. You're right, guys. You're right. So let's just do this. We'll raid here. Yeah, and take a look at the new 3D models for this too, which is pretty sweet. I'm gonna let it happen. I'm gonna let it happen. We will probably win. All right, here's our first duel with Uhtred Ragnarsson. Dude, Kyle, it's very punishing. It's kind of half the reason I made a custom character with it. It's even worse than what I was going to do. Little axe versus axe action. One thing I wish you could do is customize the soldier that looks on the actual like battlefield. Like that would be. I know we don't get battles in this game, and I know there's some cool mods that give us the ability to do some stuff like that. But at least give me that, and I feel like it would be kind of a cool step. Aha! Fire and blood. Let's see here. So, we get the ability to increase our development. Or... we've taken enough already. No. Bring me bounteous plunder. Gain gold and prestige. What is that? 743. Let's go for another fight. Fenian Mountains, huh? I think we'll be fine, though. Don't the Bondi get benefits in mountains? No, they get a penalty in mountains. What do they have? Probably win. $13, 10, 5, 3, 3. 16, 13, 10, 9, and 6. Ooh. Yeah, guys, do make sure you're liking the stream. We're at 204 likes with 300 some odd viewers. Pump up those likes, my bros. It helps me out. Also, yes, remember to hydrate. Good call, Ember. No, Biren, I usually do speed 5. I was just drinking water, and I didn't want it to just shoot through it. Wounded Yalmar. Perfect. Our counselor Bio had his head ripped off. Whew. Well. Nobunaga expansion coming? Dude, that would be amazing. Don't even tantalize me with that kind of stuff, man. I know you're kidding, but you can't just say something. Oh, you're fine, man. Don't you worry about it, brother. I usually will play at speed 1 to let things go while I talk. But I try to play at 5 just to quickly get into things. Like this. Boom. Okay, so we got some good prestige and money right there. We can disband this army, let things kind of regenerate a little bit. Do we have any prisoners? Did we get any prisoners? We didn't get a single prisoner, which sucks because I did want a prisoner from that to either bring into my court or to kill. So let's see if we got any good dudes here. Here, we'll unpause this and go at 1. No one really remarkable. I mean, this guy we're definitely going to get, but I don't think I can afford him. Oh, we definitely can. Ooh, another competent fighter. Got better martial than this guy. Okay, this guy does, so yeah. Our new Berserker definitely is going to fill that position. Is there any better steward here? Our Marshal has better steward than this guy. So we definitely need to get some better fighters here. 3. I mean, honestly, this guy's kind of worth it, I think. Okay. The celebration had come to an end, and the evening's entertainment seemed to be over when Theory suggested a reading. The clerk soon arrives, wondering what the guests would like to hear, and I see my chance to impress Theory. Okay, so she is a content absolver. And what she already has, be it much or little, is enough for her. Is quick to move on from most things, and it's best to enjoy things in moderation. Those are her personality traits. Although she does have intelligent as a personality trait, she's smarter than most. So, the choices are something pious, like the small book on theism. I think she wants to hear about religion. She does have 13 learning. Let's be entertained as travels to Jerusalem. I think she wants to hear something entertaining. Spiritual medicine could give us a chance to learn. I think she wants to hear something informative. So, I think content absolver. I'm between pious or learning. What do you guys think? Yeah, I don't think it's entertained. She's temperate. Yeah, 100%. Best to enjoy things in moderation. She's 17. Too old. Professor Pone, you dirty bastard. So are we thinking pious here? Got a lot of votes for learning. Yeah, most of you guys are saying learning, so we'll go with spiritual medicine, I think. 2 people have said pious, really. Good point, David. In fact, I don't have my mod that actually does that nat on its own, so. Alright, learning it is. I think she wants to hear something informative. She does look like... She looks like a dwarf. That's an honest question. As the clerk drones on and on, I can tell Fury's attention is slipping. An attendant suddenly chimes in. May I suggest we read Travel to Jerusalem instead? Purely immediately perks up with renewed interest. Really? I would not have thought none of us thought that was going to be the case. We're all like, it's either learning or bias. Damn. And it kind of happens. That happens to me a lot, actually. Okay, so let me look at my champions. Okay, well, I can't forbid him, though. He's so good. He's so good. Forbid. See, the problem is I don't have enough people to forbid people from being champions. Someone did propose. Jan, you're right. You did propose Jerusalem. Fucking sham is what that is, so I'll tell you guys that. Alright, let's arrange a marriage here. That's only my court that I can do that with. We need to find people to marry. Not for me. Yeah, bring him in. Okay, so what do we need? What do we need? We need a better chancellor. We need a better steward. So let's sort by this. We will search within our diplomatic range. We will look at male. And we are looking at stewards here. So this guy. Can we do that? No. Will Clark, because we're working on seducing someone to get them to marry me. What is wrong with me? Unlanded. Or not really, that's what I want. Okay, so that dude's not going to join us. We probably need to find someone who is Norse Asatru. I mean, this guy's not terrible. He's 13, only 4 more, but he'll probably actually go through. Nope. Take Ivar's son. Alright, Andrew, thanks for jumping in, man. Always good to see you. There is not a lot of options here. This guy's 11. Flosi here. Base reluctance for his opinion of you. Okay, so maybe arrange a marriage. Hey, we got one. We got a better diplomat. Josh, what's up, dude? Okay, that's a good point there, Tom. Let's check. Let's check. Matrilineal. Sort it by diplomacy. Okay, so that right out the gate, we've already found a better person than what we were just about to do. Let's look at steward, though. I mean, yeah, Magnus here is got a lot of really good abilities, and he's the better steward. Flosie's the better. Okay, so yeah, we'll do that. That'll happen. Send that proposal. Good call, Big Daddy. Arranging that marriage, finding that spouse. Arranging that marriage and finding that spouse. Lineal. Not a lot. Oh. Spymaster. Okay, well, let's see if we can get a little marriage for her going here, huh? Oh, find spouse, find spouse. The other guy's not down, huh? What's up, Sam? How's it going, brother? Ooh, we don't want you to leave. Yeah, this guy wouldn't take the Spymaster because the Spymaster is 33. But I offered him a ripe 18-year-old, and he's like, I'll gladly accept. Disgusting old man. Oh, he doesn't want to do match. Oh, yeah, he will. Although, I will say, he's 42. And he's got gray eminence. So he'll stick with it. Yeah, we'll do this, dude. Yeah, right, Anthony? Right. Women. I found a pretty girl. So that kind of fills my core out a little bit better. So if you, Eli, the reason we have to make them matrilineal is because I'm using a female courtier. If it was a male courtier, I would not. With the female one, it brings them to my court. If I did the female non-matrilineal marriage, it would send my courtier away from my court. So check this out. Boom. Right click. That's not a mod. That's just in the game now. Okay. So he accepts. Oh, dude, and he's a Varangian. That is... Okay, that is really sick. I always love, like, when you get these really cool... kind of, like, cool subtext to these characters. Like, okay, Magnus is now going to be the steward of my realm, and he's got this... I'm going to be going to him for advice on how to manage my realm, and he's this Varangian. He's, oh, you know, in my time, you know, when I was over there, up in Milkagard, which is the term for Constantinople. It's the Norse word for it. It's like City of Gold, Milkagard. That's what it means, right? Like, I really like that. That's such a cool kind of narrative for him. So we will assign him to the court. When I was a Nam. I can show you guys the Grand Bloat if you'd like, but we don't really have a lot of prestige to spare, so I have not done it. Okay, and we'll do this. Dude, I have so many people in my court who just don't like me. Because I've just completely removed them from positions nonstop. Okay, let's do this too. Okay, I'm actually going to forbid him because he's amazing at what he's doing. We're going to forbid him, and we're going to forbid our steward. Everyone else is pretty good to go, actually. I'm a little scared to have him there. But, I mean, look, dude. He's a berserker. What am I going to say? Hey, man, you can't... Miklagard. Or Miklagard? Is that what you're saying, Redwinger? Miklagard? What am I going to tell a guy? Oh, hey, you're a berserker. You got to sit this one out. The guy's going to go into a wild chant, take his clothes off, and run into the fray. Like, it's not going to work. Okay, so let's try and... I mean, discovering's not going to help me do anything here at this point in the game. So I think now we conquer a county. And just to kind of... Again, we're pushing more... I want to cut their strength down so they can't... When we go to raid, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this county and then leave. Gallant would help me get my married through, yes, Ethelford, but we're not there yet, unfortunately. What we're gonna do is we're going to take this and then go raid. And if I do this any other way, she might actually build enough strength or allies to push into me, and I don't want that to happen. So let's go ahead and slam her into the ground like that. Just take a little deep-minded. Or am I probably like the sewer brain or something? We completely custom built it, Portucali. Basically, man, I said like, okay. Oh, she's pushing into me, all right. Starting in Northumbria is a death sentence. I'll make a custom character here and I'll fight the fight. Because look at this, dude. He's losing bad. He's got 500 soldiers. He's fighting here against... It's 6,900 versus the 4,200 from Wessex. Look at this other fight. 5,700 versus 500. Like, that would have been me. That would have been Uhtred right there against the Wolves. What's up, ED? How are you? How are you doing, Colonel Burton? Guys, we got 317 of you checking in. We got 230 likes. Pump it up, my bros. Turn it blue. Oh, no. I want Westerland. I want the actual capital of the duchy. We declared this war. We will raise our armies and go right here for it. Yeah, Anthony, it's very important.
Thank you for the donation.
Thank you very much, David B. Here's a tribute to a new campaign. All hail the Ice Lords. That's pretty sick, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you, that's pretty awesome. We got another purchase and tip with the purchase of the DLC on my Nexus page. Thank you very much. It just says anonymous, so thank you for whoever did that. Please do make sure, guys, you're using the Nexus store to purchase the DLC if you want. You're gonna get a look at it. Listen to this new DLC. Look, that's the music. You just get a Steam key if you purchase through there. Someone just said, hey, someone messaged me on Steam and said, hey, I keep getting bald characters whenever I play the DLC. I was like, oh yeah, the developers did that for me as like as a nod to me. They didn't. They did not do that. I find my one-time acquaintance Theory waiting eagerly. Skin against skin, no barrier exists between our bodies as we reach out for one another. Fingers tracing lightly across her body causes her to twist and squirm under my touch. Arching up for more. Wait, am I selling it too hard? No one has ever made me feel like this before. She smiles down at me. She knows. She knows that I am Uhtred, son of Uhtred. With one last, all-consuming kiss, it ends. This moment will return in dreams for the rest of my life. This was too good to be a one-time thing. Theory becomes your lover, gains opinion, and ends your scheme. Sure, she knows how to. She sure knows how to please a man. What is that? Like, she sure knew how to please a man. Yes, sir. Yeah, there's not one like. I think there's one person that he sleeps with in the show that you never hear from again, and it's the very beginning when he gets his sword crafted. I think that's it. The rest is like every woman he like lays with becomes pivotal to the plot. Give me that lustfulness, man. Okay, so she's my guest and my lover. Let us arrange a marriage between us. It is done. Is it really Brita? I didn't know that. I thought like when he first goes to the city, he just like bangs some random person. Guys, tomorrow I get my first shot of my vaccine. How cool is that? So I hopefully won't need to worry after that point. Well, all things considered. Vax buddies! Ba-da-ba-boo! What does it say? Oh, Cheetos, my little firebrand. To think that I can embrace you openly now with the blessings of both Freya and the people around us. I am the happiest man alive. Come here, wife of mine. Hell yeah, guys. Great to hear. Team Moderna. Team Moderna. Have you seen the Bannerlord co-op thingy that got released? I did. Actually, I downloaded it and tried it out, but it was really buggy and I was having issues with it, so I couldn't cover it properly, so... Look at this person trying to get all my goodies over here. Win decisively? Let's just put them out of their misery then. Our champion was wounded. Forces Captain Sturla, the Chancellor. Good. It's kind of terrible, to be honest. Hope for something better. Mine's at 11. I do have a good dock. We got this character right here. It's pretty sweet. No player error. Well, we'll create a player error, damn it. I'll be honest, like, I don't want this to turn into a conversation about this subject. I'm just going to say this and we can move on from it. I don't want to really kind of ruminate here because I know that this is... It's stupid that this is a hot button topic, but like when I found out I could get the vaccine, I was like, man, do I really want to get it? I have actual friends that I go, you're actually going to get that stuff? Like, you trust it? I'm like, yeah. Like, you know, doctors and scientists, people that don't watch Facebook videos, sure do. It's almost kind of made me like, does everyone know something and I don't? Is that why they're so hesitant? What should I not do this? Like, it's kind of, it was kind of like, I wasn't sure if I should do it. I was kind of nervous at first. Then I did it. Like, yeah, this is the right choice. It's really annoying. It's really annoying. I'm like, dude, you don't. I took biology class with you. You weren't smart enough to understand what RNA is. So don't tell me what the hell you think this shit is about. The prestige gain is with the armies. Yeah, I'm paying the maintenance for the armies. No, Sam, you have to fall into certain categories. Yeah, exactly, Saketh. Yeah, right? Like, I was like, yeah, I think, Alright, so I think I should be able to... Or, yeah, I'll be able to beat that. My wife is pregnant. I'm getting Moderna, Mario. We still play D&D at 20? Dude, playing D&D in your 20s is awesome. But, I mean, that's about as far as I want to take that conversation. Like, that always becomes such a bigger, more nasty conversation than it has to be, and it just becomes a lot of bullshit. Flower Tower, I promise you, this is a wild claim. I promise you mine's better than yours. Like, come on, man. Don't go there with me. I jam so much vitamin C up my ass. I drink water all the time, and I work out daily. Like, I ain't no scrub, bro. Hear that right now. No, we don't want that disembarkation. Oh! No! The two guys we just brought on board were killed in that siege. I didn't think they'd finished their siege before I could. It's alright. 3. Ooh, a speech of unity. I get up and deliver a speech about how we are all fighting for the chiefdom of Australia and how we don't must stand together. They look abashed. We are stronger when we stand together. My son and heir. That's a good son right there, intelligent and hale. He shall be named Ragnar. Losing hair issues. Richard Royal. So what you want to do is make sure all of your mods are turned off. And it should work for you. He's sickly. All right. Now we gotta siege back our own city, unfortunately. Hjalmar is... Damn it, he's not good. Okay, so the community flavor pack still works. Good to hear, Evolution. Still doing it, damn it. It's just gonna yakety sacks back and forth. This is brutal. Minor titles works too. We can reboot real quick and turn those on. Oh, 2 months left. Oh, thank God. It is done. Woo! We can raise a runestone too. Let's definitely do that. This is pretty sweet. So, I'm going to gain a ton of prestige and some piety, but then it will choose Ancestral, Conquest, or the Clout Runestone. It costs 50 gold, but I think it's worthwhile because it gives you a lot of really cool benefits here. So, but what to carve? Rocks through the ages. Subject. Every runestone tells a message of some significant event in the life of the commissioner. From the smallest peasants to a chieftain like myself, the stone records all. What shall this monument speak of? Perhaps my vanquished foe, Chiefess Althir. This will speak of victories and conquest. You want me to pay how much for a giant painted boulder? So basically, I just decide not to do it. So this one's going to be about conquest. And I get to choose where it goes. And we'll do it in... Conquest Runestone gives us control growth. We'll actually do it in Alsfirthir. Australand? Yeah, we'll do it in Australand. Although, we did conquer Westerland. Do that. The county for 50 years, yes. Or yeah, for permanently. We'll find out right now. Until May 2020. So yeah, 50 years. Is CK3 harder to get into compared to Stellaris in anyone's personal opinion? Kyle, I think they're both about the same level of challenge. I think CK3 is very easy to get into, to be honest. I just think that each have their own unique challenges, you know? William Wilson, because I wanted to start off as Norse Asatru. I mean, I was creating my own character, so I could have started off as Catholic if I wanted to. What up, OS? Don't worry about it, man. It's fine. We'll get our perk here. Go Knight Effectiveness here. And our wife, we will have her go to Manage Domain. Unfortunately, we need to try and find a courtier again. Ooh, a comely woman, I see. We'll go to the court. In fact, we can take a concubine, and she kind of fits the bill here. And all of the ones that were set up, I mean, there's no one better here for diplomacy. And there's no one better here for... Oh, that sucks. I mean, we lost those 3 courtiers, and they were pretty prime for us to have for better chancellors and stewards. This would give me all 3 of my traits, though. This little bro... Sickly. Don't be sick. Don't be sick, good boy. Don't be sick, good boy. Be a good boy. Don't be a sick boy. You will also be military. Alright. And I shall teach my son. The concubine, we could do we go with this? Do we go that? Do we do this? We got her as a I mean, she's definitely gonna be popping out kids. I have that fertility. It's not cursed yet, Rohiro. It's not cursed yet. The sick boy needs learning focus. You're right. He needs to be Alfred. We got a physician. We got a really good one. My wife is pregnant again, yes. Oh, my wife's actually a pretty good physician, too. The Scotland campaign was the cursed one. I have a lot of campaigns that are pretty rough and tumble, to be honest. I can't even make this duchy. We don't have enough money to do so. see. It is a bit sus, you know, that's very sus. Some prisoners that can be ransomed? Give me that sweet hot money, because these prisoners are not worth it. Yeah, both of them are terrible. Ooh, brilliant strategist. Yes, so take a look. Actually, no, I think it's prestige. One of, I don't remember if it's piety or prestige you get because you have got, concubines. If you have too little concubines, it'll say, hey, you don't have enough concubines, guy. And I think it's minus 0.5. Yeah, AVEC just said it's minus 0.5, and if you have more, you get positive, actually. Prestige, there you go, prestige. Yeah, we've already got a personal deity. Gunhilda, huh? Ooh, a poet! Oh, and a diplomat. I don't think she can hold court, though. Right? Yeah, she can't hold court. But we'll just get her into the ditty here. Find a spouse. Hey, look at that. Hey, look at that. Sandy here, Cumbrian. I know it's not Cumbrian. Ooh, man. Okay, do we go with Sylphin? Cholfin? Do we do a 16 steward, or do we do a 13 diplomat? Make her a concubine too. Ramp it up. Because we're going to be marrying people into the court, Edie. Actually, this guy. Oh, I guess if Jarl Halfdan, huh? Yeah, I know he's Norse, but we can change this guy, bastard. Yeah, he'll accept it and he will convert. He will convert, alright, goddammit. Get that money. You can do marriages. You can buy them actually, Tyler, if you have the right skills. Huh. Well, Patsy won't convert just yet. Your woman. Well, jeez. Okay. She's married. Wife and lover. Oh, Athelstan. Matrilineal, please. Yeah, we can bring this guy aboard. That solves our problems. In the court. Yeah, this guy's zealous, so he won't convert. Not really worth it. Okay. We gotta convert these two bros. Don't really like me very much. Actually sway you. Any knights we can get via marriage? Let me take a look. Find a spouse. He's already my court. Already my court. Ooh, we could try to do him. I don't think there's one to do it for. Oh, there is. Cool. Oh, look at this guy. Yeah. Get a new knight in here. Nice 21 prowess dude. Oh, match. Bam. Thank you, Tom. Okay, so let's see here. We used the creator in Final Eclipse. We used the creator. And no problem, man. No problem. Okay, so. We've got Iceland. We can't capture this last part just yet. I mean, I could arrange a marriage between her and, like, my son, but that's just not going to happen. I'm not going to do that. Let's worry about expanding. So we can declare war here. I've got 1,000 troops, which is good. Or I go raiding, and we can raid. I mean, all of our targets are going to be kind of juicy no matter what. They might already be raided. What do we do, guys? Do we keep trying to eat the Northern Isles up? Do we try to gobble them up as fast as we can? I mean, these two have already allied, so fighting them is going to be difficult. But we could have this one as kind of its own little... easy to hold, easy to... I mean, the disembarkation penalty is rough. That makes taking these islands particularly difficult. We won't really... Okay, we'll make some raiders. What's up, Sprute Troops? Sprute Terps. So we'll do some raiding. We'll head on to the open ocean. Deft diplomacy. My Chancellor Athelstan has worked hard to convince our neighbors' realms of vassals that the peace... Oh! Athelstan just getting us the win over here. Okay, so now we can actually just... You know what? Well, we're already on the open ocean, right? No, just disband. Let's just do this. We can go right back to war and win this war. My daughter is born. What's Uhtred's daughter's name in the show again? Bortukali, I know you know. Wilhelm Poltgeiser, thank you very much for watching, man. Groove Crusader. We couldn't because we had a treaty. But now, we don't. This is perfect, too. She's robust and quick. That's totally Elsa. Stioria? Which one's Elsa? Okay, Stiora it is. And so what I can do is if she gets a martial lifestyle perk, if she gets this, you're like brilliant strategist or something, I can actually make her a shield maiden. So we have to kind of decide how we want to do that. Gabriel Court dropping a $25 donation saying, I can't wait until Bannerlord gets Steam Workshop. It will be epic. Dude, me too, man. I cannot... Oh, give me that seamless mod support, please.
Thank you for the donation.
You get me. Have a glorious day yourself, man. Thanks for jumping in. Oh, dude, mechanical keyboard is the way to go. 100%. 100%. So we have to decide, though, guys. Do we want to go with... Actually, I think this is closer. Yeah, it is. Do we want to make our daughter a shield maiden? We have to also make a Jomsvikinga. So she can't just be a shield maiden. It has to actually go through a bit of a process. Oh, just jump right on him. Listen to that new music, man. Just kicks. Yeah, we'll ransom that back. That's money. That's free money right there.
Thank you for the donation.
Sprout, thank you very much, man. Keep up the entertainment. I will, dude. Thank you very much. Guys, you've been so generous today. Piglet opening up with a massive, like, $120 donation to start our stream off. We got Gabriel Court with the $25 donation. Daniel with his donation with the $50 or the 50 Norwegian kronu from Sprout just now. Thank you guys very, very much, guys. It really does mean a lot to me. So thank you very, very, very much. Zeb, there's I think 3 or 4 new tracks. I have them all. That we were given all the music, so I can play it all to check, but it's all really good, I agree. Ecstatic Peasantry. The peasants in the chiefdom of Northland are in a good mood. The harvest is bountiful, the roads are safe, the village elders are telling nonsensical stories of cows producing honey-laden milk and geese laying golden eggs. Peasants are praising me for this fortune, and have sent a delegation carrying gifts. So I graciously accept these gifts. Intriguing, send soldiers to collect more gifts. Oh. No, they need their surplus more than I do. County reinvestment, popular opinion. Where is this one? Oh, the one that's like the only one that has really good pop control. I accept the gift, so we can create the duchy title. We can make the title now, even before we do Sutherland. Sutherland. Well, the development growth would be good, but right now, Tom, we're so far away from feudal, it should be alright. Watch this, guys. Right click! Boom! Boom! Gets rid of all of it. I love it. Coming in. He's coming in for another attack here. Oh, that. There's that. Can I ransom her for money? I mean, I should ransom her, and this is probably one of the only times I would do this. Or she's actually even worth holding on to. I could convert her. What would Uhtred do, though? That's the question. This is a role play. We gotta... Wouldn't Uhtred kind of be opportunistic here and be like, oh, yeah, you know, here's... Let me take your money. And you can go free. But at the same time, he would be besieging the settlement or taking it from them or something like that. Or he would take her as a concubine. You're right. He totally would. He totally would. Oh, where is it? I thought you could make someone a concubine through them being in prison. Oh, that's right. You can't convert them.
Thank you for the donation.
That's weird. It's like double notifying me of notifications. As always, guys, if you have not yet picked up the DLC, please head on over to Nexus to pick up that thing. That's a good point, Jacob. Yeah, she won't be landing much longer. Get that siege going. Another win. Okay. Yeah, yeah, you're right, Evolution. You're right. Oh, Frades. Isn't that someone in the show? We'll use her to get more land. Force demands. Take it on over. It is done. So, you're able to start a Varangian adventure. Open this to learn more about this special kind of war. You're able to declare a Varangian adventure. For the duration of the tribal era, this type of war is available to allow you to start a new... Did you stop it? Okay, good. Start a new life in a distant land, far from the cold shores of your homeland. Successful Varangian adventures will not only relocate your realm to a foreign location, it will also leave your existing lands independent, including your vassals. Your first Varangian adventure, undertaken as a North Germanic ruler, will also call on additional troops from owned, same faith, same country, counties, and mainland Scandinavia to help you conquer your new home. And remember, mainland Scandinavia is this. That's what it's calling mainland Scandinavia. So we can go on a Varangian adventure if we so wish. I think the only place we could even do it to, though, is like here. We can't do it to another. You can't do it to another Norse culture. You look at Jorvik has taken over all of Northumbria. See, yeah, the problem is you only can do it with the ones that you have distance to. And Alba's the only one. The main goal of the RP, Jacob, we're going to do 10 episodes, and hopefully by then we can secure the High Kingdom of the North Sea. You can go to Africa if you're within diplomatic range. See, I can't. But if I was Heston, I could probably go right here. Yeah, I mean, you can't. So what you can do, Tom, is you can do multiple adventures. So you can go from Ulsterland down here to Alba, then do another adventure. So you can basically leave these pockets of independent, independent Norse leaders everywhere. Yes, we've chosen a god. We've chosen Ulir because it just kind of fits what we're doing. We haven't even hit winter, so I'm just going to keep this unpaused. I'm sorry, guys. I keep talking and, like, eulogizing here. Okay, so we can do... Has to be like an accomplished commander. You're damn right he would. Recruit to court. Oh, remember when I wanted to create the title? And I just spent too much money? Well, we just got ourselves a badass... Oh my god, look at this guy. Heston. So, that's beautiful. We gotta make sure he doesn't go to war. Forbid. Alright, so we have a really good repertoire of champions now. We have a really good setup, guys. No, Grablor, the way it really works is they will simply become independent. And it'll just go through your vassals and go independent, 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 independent. So that's kind of annoying. I don't know if he should educate my kids or if I should. Because I have more martial and I have a higher education trait. You lose them all, but you gain 2,000 soldiers to go do the Varangian adventure, your first one at least. And then from there, so here's how you make a shield maiden. So we will definitely educate her in the ways of combat. Also of martial education. If you have no vassals, then you just lose the lands, Gregor. I think it just assigns an auto like, oh, okay, it just creates a random vassal. Has to be thick. Actually, not that bright out today. So the nice thing is this new apartment I've got, I'm kind of shrouded by a ton of trees, so I don't get a ton of direct direct sunlight, so I don't get as many headaches in here, which is kind of nice. Okay, so we have created the lands. Okay, that's happened. Let's go ahead and create this duchy. The duchy is created. We are now a ruler, a king, the mighty Jarl. Now, I wish I just had a cooler chess piece. Blue light glasses for sure, perspective, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. We've created Iceland. We have a really cool, like, this banner's sick too. Like, I'm stoked on this, guys. Where is here, by the way? Southern California. 5 for us for an infant? Damn, hell yeah. You know what? Doesn't matter. So, this should tell me... No, unfortunately we can't. So... It'll tell you in your situations tab if there's anyone you can do combat with. That's my PC setup. I have a 72-inch standing desk that my friend Pat, who was watching, helped me move. And he knows how heavy that desk is. Ooh, Elpin's getting torn apart here. So, I think we go on the open ocean and do some raiding. Let's get some... Huskarls or Varangian veterans, guys? Which one should we go with? I think the worst thing about starting as Norse is that you don't have onagers. That is so painful. You want the Varangians? We could make both, but we only have we've got two slots. Who needs prestige? They're probably not going to be fighting in Force Taiga. Let's go with Varangians. We got the ditties for it. Let's just do it. Huskarl's next. Let us go on a raid. Mario, you pay prestige because we're tribal. If we were clan, actually I don't remember if clan has. Let's see. I don't remember if clan does prestige or money, but feudal costs money. That's actually a really good point. Huskarls would counter exactly what we would be going up against. Tom Shepard said, make whatever counters your enemies. We're not really going to be dealing with heavy cav anytime soon. But these guys are really cool, and they give you pursuit, which none of my characters have. The Bondi have. And the Vizhmen are really cool, kind of dual purpose archers and spearmen. Or light infantry. Cost money? Okay, yeah, clan is money. Okay, so we think we're good there. How many did I get? 15? 25, that'll be good. And now you see here... Oh, we don't have any... It's not... We're in March? Hath the snow melted? Would a Bondi counter? I'll show you. Bondi counter light cav and archers. Can I just not see? Weird. The snow hath melted. Okay, am I done swaying this guy? No, not yet. Okay, let's raise these raiders. Let's go a-raiding. Bondi are really good. Bondi are really good.
I've only begun.
Hey, Josh just bought Crusader Kings 3 through my Nexus store. Thank you very much, Josh. I appreciate it, my dude. These aren't the islands of Sky. What would I call these? These are the Faroe Islands? Alright, pushing on out. Go over to swing. Okay, let's see, does anyone have... This guy might be... He's a good target for our next one. Ah, the Varangian Guard. By the time my champion Kettlemur comes to me with his plan, he seems to have already made up his mind. Serving with the Varangians in Milklagard... I'm sorry, it's... Miklagard? That's what we called it? Miklagard, not Milklagard? Will bring both wealth and glory. I cannot deny that, but I could deny his request. On the other hand, would it be right to stop someone in their pursuit of glory? Go with Tyr's blessing. That Uhtred would not deny someone that. If this is what he felt was his path and the way he would go, Uhtred would gladly accept it. And also, this guy is not the champion that he thinks he could be. But then he could be if he becomes a Varangian, so... Go with Tyr's blessing. Alright. Let's go ahead and do some raiding. Where do we raid, guys? Where do we raid? 2, 2, 2. Okay, Scotland is just not a good option. Ireland's got some good juicy ones here. We could do Meath? Is it meat? Yeah, some champion. Man. Arsling! I've just started rewatching it too. So I think if I hit these main cities down here on this coast, I can only get 128. So that's 15, 30, 45, 60. These have all been raided. Another 15. Yeah, I think I can just kind of raid through Ireland. Spymaster has 19. Take it. I'm just trying to get a bunch of female courtiers to marry into other ones. I don't think we don't really have a. I don't kind of have a Leofrich here with Heston. But we have Heston with Heston. We have like, dude, look at actually. He looks like Heston. Oh, is my character not moving? Whoops. There we go. Raid or trade? Ah, I have not seen this one. As my troops and I prepare to sack the lands of Eilech, our first scouts report back. It seems the local towns are rich, but many are heavily fortified, and we could well be caught out by vengeful armies before we can break into the juiciest targets. All is not lost. The art of good raiding is all in exploiting opportunity, and we could perhaps arrange trade and tribute in exchange for staying our blades. Now, this is cool. So, perhaps the local high chieftain will be amendable. Possible outcomes, and you get a truce with each other for 5 years. You gain 20 opinion. Add 10 loot to the current raiding army. So, I get 10 of the 15. You continue raiding Eilech. Or if he's rejected, you can, and I spend 70. That's actually a pretty solid. Yes, we could make money raiding. Pillage it anyway. What kind of lily-livered feudal coward makes money without raiding? You pillage Eilech, refuse to think about trading instead of raiding for the rest of your life. Uhtred would be smart. He would be opportunistic about it, and he would go, maybe we can make a deal. Maybe we can make a deal. The offer is accepted. We have a truce. So let's go over here to the bishopric. Super Cat, I have not. Yeah, we're trading and moving on. We'll go to this bishopric. My son in Air Ragnar is an unusually calm child. When others play with their wild games, Ragnar often withdraws to some silent corner. He does not speak a lot, but I can tell he is always thinking about something. So, he's pensive. I could change his education trait. Or I could change his education focus. Can't change that, though. Why does she have like a little hoodie hood thing? I didn't give her that. Who's been giving my wife hoods? The weakness that has plagued my son since his birth has finally released its hold on him. Relief washes over me as I see Ragnar running around with all the other children. May you go strong, Ragnar. This is the first son from Season 1. That's kind of how I envisioned it, OS. Means there's an option for a better son. Ooh, taken a prisoner. Oh, his wife? Ooh. Oh, we got him as they were assembling too. That's pretty juicy right there. Okay, well now let's be honest here. Ooh, do we get them? Yeah, let's jump on them now. I'll keep raiding. If he's gonna go over there and do a fight there. Oh, look, look, look. Okay, so we got it. We got it. Here, look. Winter. And it's inhabited here through Ireland. And I think it's only places we can see. Oh no, it's everywhere. And remember, this is not just, as you can see, it's in portions of the game that are not just the DLC, because this is with patch version 1.3. And I will do a patch notes video. Don't worry, I'll cover that as soon as ooh, pause that. As soon as I can. There's just so much to go through today, guys. So much to do. Oh, we'll wait. Okay, so what is her... Ooh. I could make her a concubine. I mean, but this is a mission of money. Her name's Slain. I don't know, man. Is this the update that adds a bunch of extra baronies to Italy? Actually, Ras, I don't know. I haven't looked. You knew nothing, Jon Snow. What do we do? Do we ransom her, or do I make her my concubine? Or do I wait till I get another, just more wives, and you kind of just keep ramping them up? Go south and get an Italian wife? Ooh. Irish babies, please. She's cynical too. She would convert. Oh man, she's like all like pure and innocent. What's up, Thomas Leaf? Yeah, she's not really that impressive. We'll ransom. We'll do the next one. We'll do the next one. It's just too tempting though, you know? It's like Uhtred falls in love with anyone who just falls within it. It's like, oh, a beautiful wife. I mean, Uhtred didn't just slay every hood rat that walloped up and down Northumbria. He kind of like, he went for like the more unique ones, right? Like the witches, or like the soothsayers, or the King of Wessex's daughter. Like, I think he would go for a better subject. That sounds bad. Take Alfred's wife. Oh man, actually, what if we went and just... Does he have a daughter yet? That's Ethelred. Where is Wessex? Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot he starts off in Dorset. He's... There's so many options here. Okay, perfect. Nice 600-man army to smash through, too. With the babe cuddled in her arms, High Chiefess Theory looks up at me, her face the picture of serenity. My love, let us name him Uhtred, after you. So his name would be Uhtred Uhtredson? What do we do? Oh. This is my second son. This is the next... I just had another kid. Uhtred son it is, guys. And the Danelaw's been made? No, Danelaw hasn't been created just yet. Make the square, not the gods decide. Got sweet intelligence trait. Ragnar's fine. Ragnar's right here. He's being good. We got another army coming in at us. When do you get Raider? How do you get Viking, more importantly? You know, that's... Let me see here. Crusader Kings 3 Wiki Viking. I don't know how you get this one. I think you have to do a ton of raids. Our champion Frekir was slain. No, that guy's a beast too. Oh, by an enemy soldier, no less. How lowly. $20 raids? It's 20 raids. 100 raids or 20 raids? What's the difference? Are you saying it's 20 raids to become a raider and 100 raids to become a Viking? No, not 1,000. Come on, guys. It can go to me. Fire and blood. Settlement of Tralee, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, an important stronghold in the Greater Desmond has fallen to my raiders. We have the run of the vast tracts of land and many of the quivering subjects and shining treasures of Chieftain Ku Chungalt to choose from. 50,000 raids. See, Jacob, that's more like it, dude. The Cork and Kerry Mountains. How many raids? Yes. Recently sacked. Bring me bounteous plunder. Okay, they're going to continue their little tussle, but we're going to go over here. So we're going to go up and over here. I don't want to get involved. Over 1 million raids. Oh, man. Leather-bound secrets. My contracts have sent me a tome written in some strange code. Its leather covers decorated with my mistress's symbols. I've only been able to decipher the first few pages so far, but they are deeply fascinating. I will unlock its secrets no matter how long it takes. I know a fellow believer who would pay good gold for this. Even active people will be enticed by these secrets. One sec. I said something and my Google in the kitchen responded. Ooh. Freaked me out. Or Skjaldulfjord will find it very interesting. Oh, wait a minute. She can become a witch. Don't worry, DC. Those shorts are right here, bro. I'm actually going to buy another pair of those. Not those specifically, a different pattern and style. Army of mountains and conquer the world. Well, we're kind of there, right, Sprout? Yeah, but theory, this makes Theory a witch. But I see what you guys are saying. This could also make me a witch. But like, let's think, let's think of what he would do, right? And I feel like, I mean, like, his wife is always a witch in the show, right? So I think that this is kind of a cool step. Burnstone on edge. Or, right. He says I got a martial perk, you're right. Be more of a Harry Potter wizard. What a glorious beard. Thank you, oh man. Thank you, dude. She gets secret witch. So she becomes a witch? Now, can I learn witchcraft from her? I know the first one's the best, but I think like it's cool. I think it would be cool to have her be a witch. Yeah, let's do that. There's a chance it doesn't happen. 35%. Let's just kind of see where it goes. She has to convert me. Here, we'll save it and see what happens. I mean, I don't think I'll save scum something like this, but the witches. Yeah, he's always into the witches, man. Someone asked about the Varangian Guard, Vlad. I don't know how to pronounce your last name, my dude. But I go to military. I go to men-at-arms. And then I go to Varangian veterans. You can become a Varangian by sending someone on a Varangian adventure. You would go to your legacies. You would go to Wanderlust. The Dynasty Head interaction, send it to the Varangian Guard. Does that answer your question? Does that help you out, Vlad? Guard. I guess we'll just do this. The problem I always have with increasing my number of knights, even though they have better effectiveness, is that you have the chance then of bringing in people you don't want to be as knights. So I'm always kind of wary of that. Are new Vikings added with the DLC? New Men-at-Arms? Yes, Jacob. Of course, Sam. Thanks for watching, dude. I have an unobstructed view of the tome, which I left on Hydra's Theory's desk from the secret passage behind her chambers. Her eyes are drawn to it as soon as she steps over the threshold, almost as if the book possesses its own strange magic. She does not even open the book. An audible gasp hits her lips when she sees the strange symbols, and she throws it in the fire. No! May Odin curse this spineless fool. Alright, she's on edge. So, was that like a murder attempt? Did I just fall for a murder attempt? Good call, Maurice. Okay. Stop ganging up on me. Alright, we got a lot of ransoms, apparently. What's going on? Oh, okay, yeah. Thought we already did that. Ah, man, I had 19 prowess. Prowess. On the edge is positive, yeah, Simmer. It gives me a bonus resistance against hostile schemes. God, I got out of there. Oh, no. We're getting kind of beat up down here, unfortunately, because we got too many of those little scuffles. What's she rating? What's going on? Why won't you raid? Is there a reason why I can't raid? Matt, I've not done that, so I'm not sure. I've had this happen before. I don't remember how I fixed it. Oh, here we go. Aha! Fire and blood, bring me bounteous plunder. Alright, I think we now have to head back. We don't have enough to keep raiding, so we'll go on back. We'll head on back to our lands of Iceland, and I think what we should really do with that is we should take Freyjar here. Freyjar, I think that's how I pronounce it. And that'll give us like a staging point for our next conflicts. You're gonna jump on me again? Alright. Not good for you, dude. Brother. Your brother. Dude, your brother. I guess mine's better. Your brother was almost gonna be taken aboard my ship. Bent over a barrel. You ransom him. We'll see how a couple days in the gulag treats you. Yeah, we're going to change sway. Good call. Who do we need to change sway to? Because we don't have any vassals, which is great. So we should maybe keep my spy master happy. Okay, you... Okay, do we keep... Yeah, we're keeping her there. Do we keep Ragnar, though, as martial focus, martial education? I think so. I mean, he's pensive, which means it won't be easiest for him. Oh, okay, cool. It's intrigue that he gets the penalty with. So yeah, I think martial should be okay. He will get a bonus with either learning or stewardship, but I am training my son. Uhtred's son, I think he, though, can go to this character. Because if you kind of think about it, oh, these are perfect traits, too. Honest, zealous, and just. I love it. It's going. Because remember, Uhtred's son, went, he was sent to the, become a monk. Not a convent. Whatever. He's going to the Gaudi. And he can do a learning focus. Monastery, thank you. We made it back. It's a good haul right there. We'll disband. Oh, we can do a sacrifice too, I think. Let's save and try this out, because I've done this before, but I've not done it with a prisoner. So take a look at this. This is pretty cool. So we'll host a Grand Blot, and we've got enough prestige to definitely make this happen. And we have to decide the scale of the festival. So, in death, rebirth. And it is high time that all Iceland come together to make sacrifice to the gods. These rituals not only bind the faithful together, they confirm my place as Jarl of all the land. Go here, the Grand Bloat. So, although smaller bloats are held for many occasions through the years, once a decade, the Asturians of Iceland come together for a grand celebration, and most importantly, a grand sacrifice. Though plentiful blood is shed for the gods, the meat of the offerings goes to the faithful. Such a rich feast usually makes for an incredible party. Of course, such an affair is expensive, and certainly not all Asturians need to be invited. Perhaps just the people of Ulsterland and the court. All the free men of my domain shall come. Yeah, Arbeck, I've never actually sacrificed a prisoner. I've only just done the one we did in the video. So basically 50, 75, or we just don't do it. So all the free men of my domain or the nobles of my court? What's it going to be, guys? So nobles or free men? No, Jacob, it just helps your success rate. Everyone? Free men it is. Uhtred would indeed invite everyone, you are right. Oblivious Jon Snow, just go stab me here. You can take another concubine, huh? Oh, cool. I think so, Hawkins. Construct a building. I would like to do that. I think kind of playing a little bit taller would be fun. Do you guys kind of agree with me there? You think it'd be kind of a cool approach? Let's see here. Do we go markets, gathering halls, camps, or palisades to start? I know we didn't yet, Matt. I'm waiting for that first perk to land. Hey, the Noble Savage 99. Thank you very much, dude. You know what? We'll just do it now. We'll do it now. Learning education it is for Uhtred here. We can change it any time up until the point of page 6. But Noble Savage, thank you very much, man. Welcome to the family here as a brand new member of the channel. Guys, you can become members of the channel. You get access to some cool little emojis. I'm thinking of making a whole new suite of emojis. War camps? I'm down to do war camps. What is war camps? Is the increase the levies by 100, right? Yeah. Knight effectiveness 10%. Heavy. Yeah, I think war camps is definitely the way to go. Done. Oh, she's pregnant again, dude. I'm just popping them out over here. You know, the next DLC, I hope is an actual DLC, for one. What I'd really like to see, though, is something focused on the Eastern Kingdoms. Either, like, this western portion of China or India, or actually, like, all of the quote-unquote Persian or Islamic cultures. Like, I definitely want to play as one of them next. Well, I'm glad you have, Noble Savage. Grand bloat. A bloat can be... I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's bloat, right? Not blot. Bloat can be both grand and a small affair. Our tradition, they also include both human and animal sacrifices. Several prisoners... Ooh, deja vu. Several prisoners will be offered to the gods, perhaps even including a special choice of my own. Their lives given in tribute to the gods. Though the beliefs of the Asatru demand this, there are some at court who are disgusted by the very idea, and the ceremony can proceed with purely animal sacrifices if I wish to avoid controversy. Let me see something real quick before we do this. Yes. Yes. Perfect. Okay, so a decent array of animal sacrifices shall be enough, which is going to give us popular opinion, and it'll be less with human... Oh, I'm sorry. Opinion and popular opinion gained with Asatru will be less than with human sacrifices. Subjects that do not endorse human sacrifice will not lose opinion here. Bring forth a beast or fowl for every man, so this is an even larger one. Tradition matters. The gods shall taste human blood. Subjects that do not endorse, obviously they won't like this, but I'll get more opinion and popular opinion with Asatru. Optionally, you may designate a chief sacrifice from among your prisoners, which we definitely have. Only the finer sacrifices will do, man and animal alike. So I'm basically doing. You have a choice between a Asatru. That's what it is. Consensual paranoia started a sway scheme against ItalianSpartacus. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate that. Okay, so tradition matters. So we're doing the one that doesn't cost me money. And I kind of agree with that because we're 2 gold short of being in debt. So let's not go that route. Let's go tradition matters. The gods shall taste human blood. But it's a difference of 100 piety. Devoted saint, I am 500 away. Versus 250. You need to hold on to Iceland for a while. Sprout, thank you very much, man. Welcome to the channel, brother. For anyone that is watching this after the fact, please tune in on Thursday. We'll be continuing this campaign. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday are my stream days. To be able to have those going for you. Traditional matters. Let's do it. Tradition matters. The one problem I have with the bloat is that it takes a lot to... Nice. Both of them converted. Perfect. It takes a long time to actually complete the bloat. We're getting our Varangians back up here. These guys are now back at full. As soon as we hit 100 out of 100, we'll turn off monthly reinforcement. Spook, dude, I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much, guys. Memberships of the channel help me out a ton, so I can't thank you enough. Like I said, I'm probably going to contact the guy who made the opening intro, like cool cinematic thing that I got, that cool GIF, and see if he can help me with some emojis that are maybe that Spartan helmet or something cool like that. Just something that's a little bit more uniform. And the problem with my current emojis is they're kind of memey, They don't really make a lot of just this thing. Don't make a lot of sense. By the way, having like a dust brush next to your desk, boop, is great. You can just blast stuff apart. Yes, I mean, like, it's taken a whole month for this to kind of move to the next part. So, let's decide where we go. How much time do I have left? Ooh, we got like 10 more minutes. Probably about 10-15 more minutes, Mario. I usually do about 3-hour streams. Sometimes, well, YouTube's gotten better with it, but it used to be that they did not quite like whenever you do like 2-hour plus streams. Fight claimants, deity, we're done. The crab emoji shall always remain. Or I'll put like a sprite version of it, Travers. We're still doing this block. Aha! The temple is filled. Look at that cool background on that. That's pretty sweet. The temple is filled past bursting with happy, cheering Usatruans, all roaring as a gaggle of terrified prisoners are marched towards the altar, animals trailing behind them. The first sacrifice thrashes ferociously as the Gulthar throttle his life away, the light in his eyes lasting till the first animal is slaughtered. Human corpses to the hanging tree, animals to the cooking fires. All gore is collected in a bowl, and Gulthar uses it to paint the walls of the temple inside and out. Truly a spectacle worthy of the gods. So, you get to choose. I can do 2 Odin, 2 Freya, 2 Njorthur, which will make it so that every invited Satru county gains increased popular opinion. Every realm character who does not practice human sacrifice loses 50 opinion. Already lost it. That's already happened. This is the stuff that's happening regardless. Or so I'm choosing between this. This guy will get my Gothi will get 50 opinion of me, or time to rub shoulders with the common muck. Loses grand sacrifice and goes to a grand sacrifice of the people. So grand sacrifice is 30 popular opinion, of the people is 50 popular opinion. I don't think we need the 50. Like Uhtred would. I mean, if this was Father Bioka, he would spend time with Father Bioka. But I think he would mingle, right? He would kind of do the thing. Yeah, Asatru's made a comeback in recent decades. Yeah, Uhtred likes to party with the people, man. Davenport nailed it. How you doing, Daff? Common folk it is, guys. Time to rub shoulders with the common folk. Hey, we get another donation? No, I just replayed the last one. Okay, so we're kind of doing well here. That helps out the popular opinion. That'll help out with control immensely. There's the new absolute control too that has come into the game with. Let's take a look. Station, home. Absolute control. Enables absolute control for counties. Absolute control is a special state for control enabled by the absolute control perk, denoting that the ruler has an iron grip over the population. Whenever control is at 100, it will instead display as absolute and give additional bonuses to taxes and levies. So this is new with patch 1.3. It's quite nice. Again, also with patch 1.3, guys, you get all of this added in. All the legacies now Blood was unchanged. All of Blood is really good. So they didn't touch it. But they made everything else more worthwhile with giving it an additional bonus. So Law, which used to just be... I think Law only used to be Popular Opinion. But now Hunt and Feast cost has been reduced. I know Warfare better. So Generational Belligerence. This has increased your Pursuit and Retreat loss efficiency and losses. Squire Traditions has given you Dynasty members are less likely to die or get wounded in battle and have a higher chance to gain prowess serving as knights. So a lot of really cool stuff has been brought into the game to make it so that you're not just going down blood every time you play. It worked like that in 1.2? Well, consider me dumb. Rowinger, thank you very much, man. Always appreciate it, dude. They changed Stalwart Commander? You mean this one? Yes, they did. May challenge rivals to single combat, inflicting stress if you win. I don't have any rivals. I don't even have anyone I can challenge to combat because I'm out of the diplomatic range of everyone. Always so generous, Revenger. Thank you, dude. Thank you very much, man. And thank you very much for helping me out in the lore of lots of the Norse Asatru people that I do not know much about. Okay, so we need to do... Let's do another little expansion before we close out. Aha. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to align Skjaldvjord to my interests. I have found an opportunity. I think I could argue that our goals are in fact the same as I dictate my next letter. But I maintain subtlety. Wife, help me write this letter. 77%. See. Convinced! Haha! The raid of Wessex should begin? Oh, Jacob, for sure, man. But I think we need to end this episode by taking out this island. Because we definitely need a staging point to do raids and invasions down south. And this will also increase our diplomatic range. Right now, it's hard for us to really do anything because we're relegated really to like... It's like this right now. This is like our diplomatic sphere. This is all we can really reach for the most part. Maybe, I think it's like right here. So this will increase us at least down to like here probably. So we definitely need to do that expansion. So we'll do that right now and then we will end our stream for the day. These guys will kind of replenish a little faster. 3 years left on this one. I really wish we'd have him back to organized levies. Rename it to Numenor? That's pretty fucking... That's funny. I don't have any vassals. I might as well take advantage of this now. Because we're going to want to do that. I have tried Stellaris. I really like it, Bogdan. And I really want to get into it more. So we will get into it more. Declare this war. Invade this county. Amber, thank you for watching. As always good to see you. Raise the armies. Sack the lands. Focus recruitment for 10 years. Levy size increased by 25%. That's nice. Okay, so the Sea Kingdom, to make that, let's take a look. You have to hold... the Kingdom of Norway. The Kingdom of Norway. The Kingdom of England. And the Kingdom of Denmark. For 30 years. So it is a very hard goal to achieve. Yes, Chaotic Frost. Not only will I stream Stellaris, I will make guides and videos for it. My next big video I want to do is how to play Stellaris in 2021. And just make like a cool little intro guide. So yeah, Border Collie, I have to hold those kingdoms for 30 years. And then I can create the Empire of the North Sea. Look at this, it's pretty sick, right? And if you create that empire, those kingdoms become de jure, part of that title. Meaning it will transfer from child to child. You don't have to worry about losing those kingdoms, which is so clutch. That's awesome. And also, yeah, you get the nickname the Sea King. Anrock, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just trying to learn I'm trying to learn it before the DLC comes out, so I can jump into the DLC head first. It's going to be fun. I think that's going to be a fun objective for this campaign. My daughter, Rakiza? Okay, what do we name this daughter? Bjork. Brita sounds good. I like Brita. Although Brita would have a little bit more intrigue, I think. Astrid is good. Agatha is good. Lagatha is good. Bjork. I really like Bjork. I gotta do Bjork because it's really funny. Brita. We'll name Brita. We'll do Brita. We already kind of have our Lagatha here in Stjora. Uhtred, son of Brotrid. I'm heading home from work. Great stream today. See you around. Make the square. Thank you, Thomas. Always good to see you, brother. Thank you very much, man. Okay, so let's head on down here. I'm kind of a little worried that he's going to start heading up as I head down, but we'll find out. So what does that, Roland Days, what does that name mean? Aslaug. Ooh, whoa. What? How did they get... They went from having... Oh, you know what? Mercenaries. Well, we'll save this and see what happens. Oh, next to our Valkia? We'll save this before we jump into it because I actually don't know. I want to see if this takes into effect... If it truly takes into effect disembarkation. So let's find out right now. As a test. And if not, we'll go get mercenaries. Yeah, it's in their favor right now. Well, we won, and the nice thing is 700 of our troops will come back immediately. And they don't have anywhere to flee to, so they are immediately smashed out. You're crazy, Spartan, but have fun. Thank you, Will. Sigurd and Bjorn. Okay, what's going on? What's going on? Camp dispute. After my army sets up camp, I hear a commotion between my two Anglo-Saxon and Byrthonic men. Okay, I have a speech of unity yet again. Okay, let's see if we can get it this time. I don't think we can. 71%. Oh, they're ashamed. We're stronger together. The Merc's got to cut down, right? Got this. Let's get this too. Let's go. Oh, that's actually... Oh, we'll go Kingsguard. Bjorn, I died? I just finished Vikings, by the way. Alright, Siege 1. No prisoners at all. Oh, prisoners. Oh, did we not? Okay, I guess we don't... I guess we didn't... Guess so we didn't get like a cool... We didn't do the thing with these guys, huh? Well, we'll deal with them next time. We have taken these lands. We have grown, right? You know, I think the end of Vikings kind of disappointed me because I'm such a fan of history. Someone asked me earlier if I professionally do history. No, it's just totally a hobby. But since I know like the history of it all, it kind of made me a little, kind of razzed my box a little bit. Yeah, the Outer Islands we're gonna grab next time for sure. Oh, see now look what we can declare war on. We have a whole bunch of targets now. We've got better people. I could let me see here. We've got, oh, I guess not. We've got better, probably better targets here for my kids to marry too. Not even a little bit. Damn, we got even closer. Matt Harding. So Ivar the Boneless and Uba were the two that actually invaded England and were successful. They successfully took Northumbria. In the show, that doesn't happen. Let me think. A big one that I actually don't like in the show is that the Kievan Rus have no knowledge of the Vikings, and the Vikings have no knowledge of Kievan Rus. And Oleg is actually a prominent character in the story of the Kievan Rus and the history of Russia. But they firmly knew of each other because Rurik Rurikid was a Varangian, was a Viking, and came over from these lands. He was someone of relatively noble birth, and there are plenty of instances of Vikings helping to supplant rulers in the Kievan Wars of Succession between all of the major monarchs of Kievan Rus. Also, Dear the Stranger, who is the creator of Kiev, this character right here, basically. He's in the show, but he supplants Oleg and then becomes the ruler of Novgorod and becomes the ruler of Kievan Rus. That doesn't happen. In fact, he goes down the... Oleg goes down the river and kills him and his other bastard brother. There's a whole bunch of stuff that is kind of just really weird. There's so much. I mean, Ragnar complains in the very first episode about how often they go to presumably the lands of the Rus. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Oleg says, "Oh, there are old ancestors," but he makes it sound like there's a disconnect. There's still a lot of raids. Okay, if you see all these rivers that go through, like Dnieper River and everything that kind of intersect and everything, and then jumps down to the Black Sea. These rivers were extremely important for not just the growth and the strength of the Kievan Rus, but all of the peoples of Scandinavia would use these river systems to trade, to raid into other portions of the Black Sea, or even to Byzantine Empire itself. Like Constantinople was attacked multiple times because of these rivers. And with the Golden Horde, not Golden Horde, well, yeah, with Genghis moving over and capturing all these lands and eventually bringing the Kievan Rus into the Mongolian horde for a certain period of time. But when they started to take over this portion of the rivers, they shut off this trade. And that was a huge part of the history of the Rus and of Scandinavia, and how that kind of limits the cultural expansion eastward. There was a real big heavy mix for like hundreds of years as Vikings headed east, and other people the trade from these locations would head west. So it was Golden Horde. It was Golden Horde. Thank you, Travers. So there's a lot of different stuff there. Yes, and Ivar did raid Scotland. Suthriyar is historically like very accurate. Like this created a really huge portion of Norse occupation in Scotland. Even this northern portion up here, with Caithness and Sutherland, was occupied by Norwegians until the 1200s AD. Yes, the Emperor of the Byzantines took in Varangian guards because Basil II made a deal with, I think it is Oleg. No, it's Vladimir. With Vladimir I, he made him a deal and said, hey, listen, help me out with this war. I'll give you my wife because I know, or I'll give you my sister because I know you want to marry her, and we'll become trade partners. Half the reason Kievan Rus was able to succeed was because of all the trade through the Byzantine Empire. And on top of it, he said, as part of that deal, you need to send me like 600 of your best men. And they became the Varangian Guard. And people from Kievan Rus and from Scandinavia, and eventually Anglo-Saxons, made their way to the Byzantine Empire to fight in this Varangian Guard. Harold Hardrada is probably the most famous Varangian, a member of the Varangian Guard, and goes on to, of course, become the first real big king of Norway, and goes on to then go attack. Is it? Harold Hardrada is not the first king of Norway, is he? Which Harold is the first king of Norway? My brain just shit itself, and then goes on to, of course, die over here at the Battle of Stamford Bridge, very unceremoniously, to be totally honest with you. Like, he has this huge grand epic, and yeah, he dies in combat, but it's like kind of not cool. Yaroslav the Wise was a friend of a lot of prominent rulers. Fairhair. Thank you, not Hardrada. Sorry, guys. It was Harold Fairhair. Yeah, I'm like, my brain went all over the place. Like, that was another thing, yes, that the Vikings got right, is Harold Fairhair was the first king of Norway. But, boom, them's the credits. It's time to end the stream, my bros. Hopefully you enjoyed that little ending historical rant as we do our conquest of the High King here, the secure the High Kingdom of the North Sea with Uhtred, son of Uhtred of Bebemba, the dynasty of Bebemba, off Bebemba. We do have to eventually make our way down here to Jorvik and fight Jarl Halfdan Whiteshirt. This should be a very fun fight. The next stream will be on Thursday. We'll be doing that at 10:30 a.m. I'm going to have a top 5 best starts for Northern Lords video come out tomorrow. If you have not watched it yet, guys, please, while you're here, of course, I've got my video that covers all of the changes on the channel, so you can watch that for every single one of the new... Dude, Party and I made almost the exact same thumbnail. You can... all the changes for the DLC, you can watch that video, but please go ahead and check out Party Elite. Him and I, we were comparing our notes of what we were doing for our top 7 start videos. So please go and check out Party Elite's video as well. He just put his up, so if you're looking to get started right now, go check it out. Mine will be up tomorrow, but it's almost like the exact same thumbnail. We were talking about it yesterday. I was like, hey man, I need your opinion on this thumbnail. And he goes, man, mine's like exactly the same. But let's give out some quick thank yous here before we conclude our stream. We have a lot of people that gave out donations, so I do want to make sure that we give the proper respect. First off, the biggest one of the day here with Piglet, the 1,000 Swedish kronu, $120. Let's go, bro. Check out the Isle of Man objective while you're in. If you haven't already, strapping in for a great campaign. Thank you very, very much again, Piglet. I know you're not watching right now, but I can't thank you enough, dude. Very, very generous of you. David Danieluk with his typical 5 Canadian saying, have another coffee on me. David B with a $5 donation. Gabriel Court with an I can't wait until Bannerlord gets Steam Workshop. It will be epic, $25 donation. And I totally agree. Stroop becomes not only a member, but also drops in a 50 Norwegian kronu donation. Thank you very much, man. Noble Savage 99, another donation, or I'm sorry, another membership out of you. Thank you very much. Consensual Paranoia dropping $5, starting a sway scheme on me, and then Rewinger closing our stream out with another $50 or our 50 Norwegian kronu donation. Piglet is the real Ironside. He always is, man. Oh, so guys, I am hungry. My voice is hoarse. I'm gonna take a break and relax for a bit. But let's come back here on Thursday. We've got another stream to jump into, more Crusader Kings 3. But as always, thank you so much for watching here today. Please wash your hands. Stay safe, everyone. We'll see you on Thursday. Be on the lookout for some more Crusader Kings 3 content, of course. We're definitely going to be doing... Oh, look at you, Armando Patino. Que guapo, papi. Oh. We've got I'm probably going to do a guide on either Jomsvikinger or Varangian Adventures. If I can figure out... love you too, Amber. If I can figure out which one you guys probably want more, I'll probably do that over the other. I'll probably put a poll up on the channel like I've been doing like nonstop lately. So be on the lookout for that poll to determine what guide you'd like to see first. Oh, I always enjoy a good little prick, Edie. But all right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching here today. Have a good one and take care.